Hello and welcome to another update video about Dogecoin. There is not much to update. I had, however, a few questions, or not really questions, but requests for Dogecoin, even though not much is happening. My expectation would be for it, again, to go at least to the trend line here. We have a very nicely defined trend line with so far 3 touch points, or maybe even more. And it would be quite likely for it to hit that trend line, especially if it breaks below that 6.9 cent level low, which was made on the 12th of May. We have recovered a bit. The recovery so far was in pretty clear 3 waves only, and I think it's quite likely for it to break below that swing low. Price action is quite choppy on the way down. It suggests to me, it is so messy. You know, obviously it's sort of, the entire move down I'm counting already as an ending diagonal, okay? And within the subwaves, therefore, we look at A, B, C structures. Now it can be that also the subwaves, obviously, if we have in that third wave, for example, an ABC structure, that within the C wave, we also have an ending diagonal. And this is really getting annoying, and it to a degree then doesn't make much sense to count the subwaves because it gets so messy. Here I think we have the potential, if I'm looking at the third wave, for example, if that C wave is also an ending diagonal, this 5-wave structure here needs to be a corrective ABC structure. So it is possible that within the third wave, this here was an A wave, this here is a B wave, and we come down once more in C. Super messy. I can count 5 waves down in this A wave, then the B and the C. Either way, the idea is, you can try to count all of this in detail. It often doesn't make much sense in ending diagonals. For me, it is most important to identify relevant resistance, and relevant resistance is that wave 2 high at 8.4 cents, which was made on the 26th of April. As long as price stays below that level, I think there is decent downside pressure, and I would follow this particular wave count. A break above that would not necessarily be bullish, but it would certainly invalidate the direct downside path. Again, next support is that what I have now labeled the A wave low at 6.9 cents, and then the trend line. If we break below that trend line, I mean, this trend line has guided us since June last year. If price really breaks below that trend line, I think it's go time. Now, we need to see how price reacts to the trend line. I can't promise that we go through straight away. I can't promise that we get a bounce. I think a bounce is quite likely because we always got a bounce here. The question is just how often, because the more often such a trend line is confirmed, the more obvious it gets, but the more brittle it gets as well. At some point it might break, because price has so far failed to rally impulsively off this trend line. So far only corrective rallies. Price could have bottomed in the alternate count, where we have a wave 2 low here, but the problem is the rally afterwards was in 3 waves, which would still leave the option of a diagonal, but we have come down quite a bit now as well. So it gets to a point where a rally from here is getting unlikely. We'll see. Support levels are clear, resistance is clear. It's basically moving sideways. I wouldn't be surprised if it carries on in a very slow fashion over the coming weeks. But you know how Doge works. At some point there will be a catalyst. It just needs to be a tweet or something, and it will get another crazy rally, which will most likely sell off again. So I'll keep you updated about Doge, but there is not much to update other than just knowing and restating the relevant levels. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.